It was the spring of 2013 in my first year in business. I was introduced to Chris Edmonds by a mutual friend. And I mentioned to Chris that I was working on launching my business as an author, keynote speaker, and workshop facilitator. He recommended that I speak to Mark Levy. Mark Levy leads a consulting practice called Levy Innovation, focused on positioning. Levy has worked with prominent thought leaders such as Marshall Goldsmith, Simon Sinek, and Callie Yost. I hired Mark to help me develop my platform, and we worked together. He's brilliant. He taught me a lot about understanding my big idea, and we spent a considerable amount of time not only on the what and how of that idea, but on the why. And to illustrate the importance of that, Mark shared a story about one of his clients, and it was one I'll never forget. The client was a financial planner for small business owners named Ed. And Ed had shared with Mark that he recruited the majority of his new clients by speaking. Every couple of months, he would give a 90-minute seminar on managing finances as a small business owner. And at the end of the seminar, Ed would offer a free 1-hour consultation. If there were 40 or so people in the room, he'd typically have maybe 2 or 3 that would take him up on the offer, and then when he would do that consultation, about half of the time they would convert to clients. The need to grow his client base led him to Mark. And as they began to work together, Mark asked Ed why he chose to pursue a career in accounting. Ed shared that at age 12, his parents had tragically passed away, both of them, in a car accident. And he went to live and was raised by his grandparents. His grandfather had worked for a local company for over 30 years. His grandmother was working as an office administrative assistant at a local school. Ed could remember sitting in his living room at age 14 like it was yesterday. His grandfather was next to him reading the newspaper, and all of a sudden an advertisement caught his eye. The ad was for the sale of a local small business. He remembers his grandfather jumping out of the chair and pointing at the paper. This is it. He approached his wife and expressed his interest in a desire to purchase the business. They both would go and quit their jobs and go into business for themselves. She was a little skeptical, but eventually agreed. And Ed watched his grandparents cash in their entire life savings to start the new business. It was a butcher shop. And the butcher shop didn't make any money the first year. In fact, it lost money in year 2 and even a little more money in year 3. And by the end of the 5th year, they had lost their remaining capital and were forced to close and declare bankruptcy. And instead of enjoying their retirement, Ed watched his grandparents go back and both get full-time jobs, of which they both worked literally to the day that they passed away. Ed shared that he went into accounting because he didn't want to have other small business owners experience what happened to his grandparents. Mark asked Ed, he said, do me a favor, next time you do a seminar, share this little personal backstory for just the first 5 minutes. And a couple months later he did it, and the results were staggering. Ed merely told his backstory and why he became a financial planner before starting his regular session. At the end of that session, he made his usual offer and pitch. There were 40 people in attendance. 37 took him up on the offer, many of which became clients for Ed. What was the difference? Those small business owners not only knew what Ed did or how he did it, they knew why he did it. Ed led with purpose first, and I call this Business 4.0. It's the highest level of 4 schools of thought in business evolution. Now, the first school of thought is what I call the 1.0. And the 1.0 version in the evolution of business was a shareholder-first mindset, that the sole purpose of a company was to maximize profits. Business leaders who pursued social interest were guilty of spending money that wasn't their own. Economist Milton Friedman branded them as unelected government officials who are illegally taxing employers and customers. In his mind, the simple goal of business was to provide a return to shareholders. Friedman believed that doing good was incompatible with doing well for your shareholders. The next evolution of business put the focus squarely on the customer first. The 2.0 version of business sees profit as an end result and not just as the goal. Companies should be dedicated to the business of getting and, more importantly, keeping customers. This focus places the importance on the overall customer experience and managing ongoing relationships. In the words of Walmart's founder, Sam Walton, he said, "There's only one boss, the customer, and he or she can fire everybody in the company, from the chairman on down, simply by spending his or her money somewhere else." The next version of business puts employees and culture at the forefront. The 3.0 version of business places employees first. A focus on employees first is based on the simple idea that culture trumps strategy in an organization. The experience of your employees becomes paramount as it dictates your overall culture. If you're going to be successful, you need employees who are engaged to create a strong customer experience. According to Ted Koine, author of 5-Star Customer Service, he points it out. He says, "You can't have happy, enthused customers without happy, engaged employees." The next evolution of business places purpose as the critical first piece of the puzzle. The 4.0 version of business places purpose first. It's found that companies that have a strong, defined purpose find that it drives employee engagement, it connects with customers, and it fuels the bottom line. Purpose relates to your why as a business. And to quote Simon Sinek, "People don't buy what you do or even how you do it. They buy why you do it." It should permeate everything you do. Back in 2015, Graham Newell and I started the Red Goldfish Project. Since its origination, we've collected information now on over 250 companies that embrace purpose, specifically looking for the little ways that brands bring their purpose to life. Our research has included over 700 articles and nearly 3,500 videos. In reviewing all of the companies, we began to see patterns. We saw that brands would typically fall into one of 8 purpose archetypes. Let's go through each of the 8. The first is called the protector. Protector brands are those that protect what's important to them. An example of this is Patagonia. They're all about the environment. Their purpose is to help reimagine a sustainable world for those who come after us. The second archetype is the liberator. Liberator brands are those who are about freedom, and they help to reinvent a broken system. An example of this is Harley-Davidson. Their purpose is to fulfill dreams of personal freedom through the experience of motorcycling. The third archetype is what we call the designer. Those that empower through the creation of revolutionary products. An example of the designer archetype is Apple. Apple's purpose is to make tools for the mind that advance humankind. The fourth is the guide. Those who help facilitate individual progress. An example of the guide archetype is Google. Their purpose is to organize the world's information and make it easily accessible. The fifth archetype is the advocate. Those who stand up and advocate for a tribe. An example of the advocate archetype is Panera. Their purpose is to help people live consciously and eat deliciously. The sixth is the challenger. Those who inspire people towards transformative action. An example of the challenger archetype is Nike. Nike's purpose is to inspire every athlete. And as Nike says, if you have a body, you are an athlete. The seventh archetype is the unifier. Those brands who command individuals to join a movement. An An example of the unifier is Whole Foods. Their purpose is to set the standards for excellence for all food retailers. The eighth and final archetype is what we call the master. Those on a mission to change lives and improve the world. An example of the master archetype is Warby Parker. Warby Parker's purpose is to offer designer eyewear at a revolutionary price while leading the way for socially conscious business. Which one of the 8 archetypes relates to your brand? And how are you doing the little things to bring your purpose to life? What's your red goldfish?